Welcome. I am John, host of Video Games in the World. Final Fantasy VII. For 25 long years, this game has been very iconic in the franchise. I remember playing this game when I was 12 years old in the summer of 1998 during a visit to New York City when I was living in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic at that time. And now, I'm 36 years old. Wow. Time surely flies. Final Fantasy VII was my very first game in the series, and ever since, I have loved it so freaking much. The story, the graphics, the music, the gameplay, the action, the fun moments, the sad moments, everything! This is the game that got me into the series. The Final Fantasy series is my Star Wars when it comes to video games. So, as we all know, Final Fantasy VII is the most popular title in the main series. It spawned play arts, prequels such as the Japan release only Before Crisis, and the PSP exclusive Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. It also spawned a CGI movie taking place 2 years after the original game, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, and on the PS2, which a lot of people seem to hate, another sequel titled Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII. I saw both trailers of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Final Fantasy VII Reunion, and OMG! I am so happy I could just cry right now. I really loved Crisis Core, and it makes me happy to see that it's being remade. I'm sure that the story will be a little bit more extended, and I do hope that the soldier missions are available as well. The gameplay is the same as the original, such as the return of the DMV, which level ups the character and also magic and abilities, and the graphics are updated. And the same bosses. Yes! They use the same engine as the one used for the FF7 remake. Voice actors from the remake reprise their roles as their respective characters. I miss the originals from the PSP game though. To me, Rick Gomez will always be Zack Fair in the same manner that Kevin Conroy is Batman, and in the same manner that David Hayter will always be the voice of Solid Snake. Hey, I just want to tell you, hang in there. During the quarantine, I played the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I loved it. And also, I am even happier to see that the next part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, titled Rebirth, there's an extended version of Remake known as the Integrate Arc on a PS5, which included intermission where players can play as Yuffie. I just hope that Rebirth can make up for what the Final Fantasy VII Remake lacked, such as making one of my favorite characters in the game, Red 13, playable. I just hope he's playable because it will be fun to see what he's really made of. I remember in 2015, the announcement of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and after 5 long years of waiting, it was released in 2020. A lot of fans were disappointed at how this game was going to be episodic. When I heard of that, I was kind of disappointed too, but once I played it, I loved it. A lot. Rebirth is the second part of this episodic game, and from what I heard, the third part, unspecified for the moment, will be the last one. Rebirth will most likely start at Calm and go all the way to the Forgotten City, where we all know what happens in the original game. I can't wait to see Sid Highwind, Vincent Valentine, Yuffie Kisaragi, and Cait Sith again. And also, I would love to see Elena in this new game. I hope Elena shows up. And I want to see one of my most favorite places in the game, Cosmo Canyon, and listen to its epic theme. I just love how tribal and Native American style it sounds in so many ways. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII was the first game I owned when I bought my now dead PSP. May it rest in peace. I really enjoyed playing the hell out of that game whenever I took my PSP to work. I was awed by its epicness, I laughed, cried, you know. It was a great exploration of the events that happened before Final Fantasy VII on how Zack was in Soldier, his aspirations to become a hero, and realizing also the tyrannical corporation he worked for was authoritarian, propagandistic, and oppressive against anyone that stood in its way, thus realizing that Soldier is a den of monsters and warns Cloud to not go in there. I hope to see a further exploration in this upcoming remake for the PS4. Final Fantasy VII continues to shine in its 25th anniversary. The series also continues to shine in its 35th anniversary as well. Since playing Final Fantasy VII, I got into the series when playing 8 and 9, and thanks to emulators, when I was like 15 years old, I got to play Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I will get heat for this, but 6 is my most favorite because it has great storyline, great music, emotional moments, and Kefka, the Joker of the series, does what Sephiroth could not do. I ain't spoiling anything, but damn, I am proud of the work that Square Enix is doing with the Final Fantasy VII Remake episodes. And that's it for today, everyone. So don't forget to comment, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and support me on Patreon. I am John of Video Games in the World. Have a good one. Peace!